Folks, let me ask you a question. Who should the Warriors draft with the 41st pick? Or do they trade it away, try to get more picks, trade to a different draft, go get a player, everything in between? Well, we're a week away from knowing. The draft is literally 8 days from now when this is recording. June 17th. Draft is June 25th. OKC up 3-2 on the Pacers. Looks like they're going to win with Halliburton being hurt. What a bummer to see. However, it's been a fun finals to watch. Now, our offseason really starts at the draft, and then we have free agency needs, trades, everything between. So in this episode of Warriors Digest, what are we doing? We're breaking down the Warriors offseason needs in total. Per ESPN, they just came out with a nice report. We're going to go through it. Randy Silver, Arthur giving you the news on Warriors Digest. Thank you so much, folks, for being here. I'm glad you guys liked the dual episode. We'll do more of that. Whoever we draft, if we draft, we'll do a breakdown together. And we'll do free agency stuff. So I like that you guys like us combining the minds together. We'll definitely get more in the works. He's got a young family. I'm a sports reporter out here in Lincoln. Go Huskers, go Big Red. So just making sure our schedules work to record. We'll get it done for you. We do it for the fans. So before we dive into it, these are the dates you need to know, folks. And please like and subscribe to Warriors Digest so you don't miss anything. So we're right here. We're at the NBA Finals, blah, blah, blah. June 25th, NBA Draft. June 26th, NBA Draft. Of course, 41st pick means we're in the second round, so we won't be drafting on the first day unless they go up and make a trade in. June 30th, let me zoom in a little bit for you. June 30th, each NBA team may begin negotiating with all other upcoming free agents. If you remember, they used to call this the tampering period, where deals would happen under the table, handshake agreements. You weren't supposed to talk about. Now it's legal tampering. So June 30th is when you can start talking. We'll know about Kuminga, I would assume, relatively quickly. If that doesn't work out, then they would go for other players. June 5th to 6th and the 8th, California Classic Summer League at Chase Center in San Francisco. Warriors will be in it. We'll cover those games. It will be the G League players from this year and the rookies that they may be getting, undrafted free agents. Maybe they have Quinten Post play. I don't think so. Other than that, I wouldn't expect anybody from the main team. Maybe Braxton Keys, if he's still there. Let me pull it up really quick. If you look who may be there, Teron Armstrong should be there. I don't think, maybe they have Rowe there because of what he did last year in the Summer League. Key, I think, would be there. Other than that, I don't expect anybody else to be there. Then, of course, you have the other Summer League in Salt Lake City. July 6th, free agency period, 12:01 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to hopefully be able to go live on YouTube for that in real time. What are the Warriors doing? What comes out, as we did last year when it came to the Klay Thompson. That was fun. Obviously, he left. Then you have the Summer League. It doesn't say here, summer. Oh, it does right there. Summer League, July 10th to 20th. We'll break down all those games for you, keep you updated on how the Warriors are doing. Preseason, October, and then you're back in the season again. So these are the dates you have to know about. If you want to understand who we may get in the draft, if you haven't seen these videos, on our channel is a 2025 NBA Draft All, where the prospects we know have come into the Warriors, broken them down, who they are, where they come from, what have they done. Want to make sure you've seen this if you haven't. Right here, this is big. I think this is still the best target. Will he be there at 41? It is unknown. Oops, I don't want this to play. He's on play. Great. But Hansen Young out of China. Big center is the type of body I think we need to get. Let me ask you a question. Who should the Warriors pick in the upcoming draft? We have Inception. Randy on Randy. Okay. So then you got some sharpshooters in here. So if you haven't seen this yet, go ahead and take a look at these videos. I'll give you an idea who the Warriors have been bringing in. And that takes you to their offseason. Again, number 41 pick via the trade for Jimmy Butler. Free agents, we've broken this down a little bit, a lot of bit. Kuminga's restricted. GP2, we talked about potentially coming in on a team-friendly deal, $3 to $5 million. I saw the comments, people saying, you know what? I don't want GP2. I think that money is better used elsewhere. The intangibles he brings in the locker room maybe too much to pass up for $3 to $5 million. He can win you a game. He can win you games with his defense, with his shooting. Is he the same player he was 4 or 5 years ago? No, but he's someone to have around the team that makes you better. For $3 to $5 million, I'm good. Above that, maybe not. Looney, I think, is probably on the out. They need a center who can really be a bigger guy. He's good, but he's undersized. He can't shoot. So I think you need somebody who can do better than that. Knox was a great find in the Summer League last year. He did well when he got his spot moments. I think he goes somewhere else and gets playing time. Santos, I think he'll stay. Was a nice part of the Warriors towards the end of the season when he played in the winter when people got hurt. Spencer, backup point guard, restricted. I think they keep him. Post, they're going to tenure him. Obviously, he was a rookie last year, one-on-one deal. Braxton Key, I don't know if he comes back. And Armstrong, they signed midseason. He'll be coming back. So, per ESPN, again, what we talked about, failed to get out of the second round, especially without Curry. We saw what happened. Lost 4 in a row. But with Curry, with Butler, with Green, you look at the first 30 games, 40 games of the season pre the Butler trade. We were a 21 team. We started 12-3 and looked crappy, dejected, sad. He brought energy. He brought pace. He brought hype. He brought hope. He brought wins to the team. After the All-Star break, we were good. Moved up from just being a playing team to an a playoff team. However, we didn't do well in the playoffs. We beat Houston, but then against Minnesota without Curry. The starting lineup of Curry, Podziemski, Moody, Butler, and Green went 16-3 in the regular season with a plus-minus 17.9 per 100 possessions. Again, one of the best plus-minuses of any team in the NBA once we got Butler, one of the best records. However, I just don't think Podziemski is a starter next to Curry. He needs to be your backup. But Moody was a nice player, did not do well in the playoffs. Podziemski, 2 surgeries this offseason. Moody, 1. Something to be aware of. They should be fine for training camp. The first round loss against Houston and them losing Curry exposed the need for a consistent third scorer. Butler, he kind of faded in the playoffs again. He fell in his lower back. How much was that affecting him? He didn't let people know. Draymond's not going to be your prototypical third scorer, so they need somebody. You look at OKC. They have 4 or 5 scorers. You look at the Pacers. They kind of got 2, 3. You need scorers. To address this, they expect Golden State to be active in free agency and the trade market. Again, that's why we've been talking about potential 3 and D wingers coming in, power forwards who can potentially shoot. We talked about Bobby Portis, Naz Reid. You saw KCP getting traded from Orlando to Memphis for Bane. Do they maybe cut KCP? Probably not. His contract is way too big. The Warriors did not have their own first-round pick in June, but do have 4 firsts available to move in future trades if they want to. So maybe they package something for Kuminga to go get a 3-point shooter. We talked about Johnson from Brooklyn a bunch. It would be great to have him. Would they take Kuminga? I think they would. The obstacle comes without cobbling together enough salary to make a substantial trade without including Green. The Warriors roster is top-heavy in salary with Curry, Butler, and Green comprising 85% of the payroll. And folks, this goes back to right here. Whenever you guys say, oh, trade this player for this player, I say you have to make it realistic. You have to make it work. You're like, why do we not include BP or do BP and Moody? Because if you want to get a $20, $30 million player, you look at Podziemski's salary, $3 million. Moody's now is 12, puts you at $15 million. You're not going to make the money work because of salary cap restrictions. You have to, where the Warriors are at, the money has to be even. That's why Draymond would have to be included in any trade, which I do. And the Warriors really aren't trading Draymond, especially after being a top 3 defensive player this year. But the biggest need, of course, we know is Kuminga. A restricted free agent plays a role in how much flexibility the Warriors have this offseason. Without him on the roster, Golden State is $17.5 million below the luxury tax. They are at $25 million and $37 million below both aprons. They are allowed to use their $14.1 million non-tax mid-level exception, but would not be allowed to exceed the first apron once the roster is filled out. So again, you look right here. We go back. This is why I have this for you. You can see right now total salary $170 million, First apron, $24 million away. Second apron, $36 million. They're $16 million below the cap space. If Kuminga is getting $20 to $30 million a year, again, we had that report coming out. I know Arthur did that video. Well, $20 to $30 million a year puts you basically at the first apron. So how are you going to fill out the rest of your roster? It's tough. Maybe they think they can win top heavy. I don't know. But that's why, again, Kuminga is the domino that falls for the rest of the Warriors offseason. Top front office priority. The Butler trade cracked open the window to compete for a championship. Not if OKC looks like this. Whew. Minnesota looks like this. You think Dallas will be better with Kyrie back if he can come back, hopefully. San Antonio is going to be much better. Who knows about Phoenix? Denver, you think, comes back with a vengeance. Lakers. West is tough. The exciting thing is Jimmy gives us the opportunity to extend this thing by a couple years, Steve Kerr said in April. Kuminga started 56 games, but again, he does not think he's a good fit around Jimmy, Jonathan, Draymond together. But Kerr did say this offseason, next year, if they are together, he'll play much more to get them together. The Warriors were minus 28 per 100 possessions when Kuminga, Butler, and Green were on the court together. That is not good. Not good. The Warriors are expected to tender him at $8 million one-year offer, as you should. Some other team will give him much more. It's up to the Warriors to decide, will they match it or not? What happens could be a waiting game, with Brooklyn as the only team that can offer a starting salary of $20 million or more. And again, Golden State could match. So, sign trade, Johnson, hopefully. Extension candidates to watch, Draymond Green. Green signed a 4-year contract in 2023, is now eligible to tack on additional years, 2 years, to his contract. Green will be 37 in the second year of that extension when contracts for Curry and Butler expire. So again, you go right here. We'll give you the visual graphic. You see Draymond Green, number 3. He's going into the final year of his deal, $25 million. Can get 2 more. I think you extend him 1 more year. Steph, Butler, Green, all lined up, and then you see what happens after that. A mobile rim protector, we talked about, a consistent third scorer, front court depth, and defensive-minded reserve guard, especially if we lose Payton in free agency. I agree. Draft assets. Golden State still has 4 first-round picks to trade, 26, 28, 30, and 32. They will send Washington their 2030 if it falls outside the top 20. Golden State is also allowed to swap first in the next 7 seasons. The Warriors have 1 second rounder available. So we have some capital in the draft to do some things. And it's all going to come down to Kuminga. Depending what offer he gets outside of Golden State, the $8 million qualifying, will dictate a lot of our offseason or sign and trade. So comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, and we'll keep you updated on everything you need to know. Until next one, y'all.